I am feeling extra gangster today, so I wanted to film this with a hoodie over here, getting my full Mama Said Knock You Out LL Cool J mode with this, because today is an epic day in history. Today is the first day that someone just got a B10xB tattoo. Now let me tell you this epic story. And if you don't know what B10xB is about, that's okay. This is probably then going to be one of the most life-changing videos you may have ever seen. It's going in your top 5 if you've never heard about this movement and what B10xB is about. I want to make this video concise. I want to make it something that you're excited to share, because I want to share something with you that can change your business, your life, as well as the life of others. And I'm going to tell you this by sharing a really cool story about the first person to get a B10xB tattoo on their wrist and why it is they chose to do it, because it's not me, but I want to share with you who it is, why they chose to do it, and why this is such a meaningful thing to them that they literally said, I want to live the rest of my life with this on my wrist, this mantra about this movement, because it's changed this person's life in 1 year. So, the gentleman's name is Carlos, and he happens to live in Florida. Now, Carlos sells insurance for an insurance company down in Florida. He's at an office with about 19 other people, I believe, and he was sharing with me because I saw him posting about this tattoo that he got and showing it off, and I was like, I want to hear the story behind it. And he says, yeah, sure. So he goes, a year ago, someone at his office, I believe it was a coworker, walks up to him and gives him a little B10xB wristband, one of these. If you've never seen these, you can get them at b10xb.com/start, and you can actually join our Facebook group on that page. You can see a video about the significance of the B10xB wristbands, why people are rocking them, now why people are getting this tattooed on them, and you can hear the whole story there. And I show you how you can get them. They're $5. Right? And if you get a pack of 5, you basically get this epic starter kit sent to you that has stickers, decals, quick start guide, and a $300 course that teaches you how to be 10 times bolder in every area of your life. And here's the stickers, and you can get this whole thing. It's $25, and we ship it to you no matter where you are in the world. Right? So 5 of these bands, and here's why it's so significant and why you're rewarded when you get 5 instead of, let's just say, 1. When you do that, you have the opportunity to bless other people and change their life. Someone at Carlos's office walks up to him and gives him a B10xB wristband. And he looks at it and he goes, hey, this looks cool. What's the story with this? What is it about? What does it stand for? And the guy just says, look it up. So Carlos takes to the internet, puts it in, I guess, YouTube, sees a video about B10xB, and loves it. And it's one of my old videos from like 2011 where I'm standing on stage and I'm talking about being 10 times bolder, and how anytime you feel fear, anxiety, indecision, apprehension, any type of self-doubt, you just ask yourself, what would you do if you were 10 times bolder? And whenever you ask yourself that question, whatever you come up with, you do it. And if you don't do it, you pull back on this little wristband, you snap it on your wrist, and it links pain to not acting bolder. So what ends up happening is because your brain associates pain with not being bold, and because we're wired to move towards pleasure and move away from pain, what ends up happening is after enough painful snaps, your brain literally starts rewiring itself and creating new neuro associations with what it means to be bold and what it means to not be bold. And when your brain rewires itself because you ask yourself that question, and that's what B10xB is about, do this for 21 days. Take the B10xB 21-day challenge, right? Rock a wristband. Ask yourself every single time you feel fear, anxiety, indecision, apprehension, self-doubt, any disease of attitude, just say, hey, what would I do if I was 10 times bolder? What would I do if I was 10 times bolder? You want to go pick up the phone and call someone for your business, but they're on your chicken list. What would I do if I was 10 times bolder? I'd pick up the phone. What would I say? Well, what would I say if I was 10 times bolder? Well, man, I'd just go right into it, and I'd say this with posture and swag. You know, I wouldn't say, oh, yeah, you want to join my team? I'd say, hey, listen, I'm going to give you the opportunity to join my team. Congratulations. You've been selected. I've liked the cut of your jib, young man. Right? I don't know. I don't have all the answers, but you do, and that's the point. Whatever would be a 10 times bolder thing for you to do, do it. If you don't, you link pain to it, and what ends up happening is now all of a sudden you start to rewire yourself. You start to be a bolder human being. And the reason why that's so important is because if you think about it, everything that you're excited about, grateful for, thankful for, think about it. It came from the result of a boulder moment. There was a fork in the road, and you had the opportunity to take the bolder path or the weaker path. If it's something you're excited about, maybe it's a relationship you're in, a business you said yes to and started. Maybe it's a job that you have. Think about what you're most proud of in your life. Wasn't there a fork in the road and you chose to take the bolder path, to say yes, to say I do, to say I'll go for it, to say enough is enough, I'm done? And maybe you left a toxic relationship, or maybe you approached someone and they ended up being the man or woman of your dreams. Everything that you're grateful for, everything comes from bolder moments. People want to be better. Bolder begets better. That's it. So Carlos gets this wristband armed with this new information. He goes on to start building his business. Now he has 10 to 15 cards in his pocket. And he literally just says, I'm just going to give out all of these cards every single day. And he literally starts walking up to people. Not even the best strategy to just walk up and give people your business card and hope to get their numbers, but it's something, right? Could it be refined and better? Absolutely. Could it be done with more posture? Absolutely. But the point is, he jumped out of his comfort zone. And for him, that's what he came up with. So that's what he did. He said, if I was 10 times bolder, I'd hand out 10 to 15 cards every single day to people. That was his answer. So that's what he did. And he went from being average in his, insurance company, doing okay, to having his first year, last year, of breaking 6 figures. So he literally arose from average, became a breakout player, changed his life by asking himself, what would I do if I was 10 times bolder? Carlos asked himself that question multiple times a day, every day, and it changed his business and it changed his life. First year he's ever made 6 figures in his entire life, and he's 43 years old. And because of his success, owners, like the owners of his company, like literally, one of the owners, he said, saw his wife out and about and said, listen, your husband is absolutely crushing it. I don't know if what this guy is doing right now. I mean, we're going to have a meeting with him. We want to talk with him. And now he has his higher ups, the owners of the company, they're in talks of seeing if they can make him a trainer, offering him some type of position where he could impact and change more lives and teach people what he's doing. And his big secret to success is B10xB, being 10 times bolder. And he believes in that message and why it is the singular reason that caused him to go from where he was to where he is today in 1 year. Complete life turnaround in every area. He owes it all, he says, to B10xB. And that was a major difference. And that is why he chose to get it tattooed on his wrist. And what's really interesting about it is he chose to get it facing outwards. So instead of facing, like I have my wristband, it faces me, be 10 times bolder. So when I look at it, I can read it. And I noticed his was facing outwards. And I asked him, I said, hey, why did you choose to do it that way? And he goes, because it's a conversation starter. He goes, I know what it means, but I want people to look at it and it to be facing them so that they look at it and they can easily read B10xB and say, what is that about? So that way I have the opportunity to share the story, to preach the good word, and to tell people how B10xB has literally changed my life and how it's been the secret to his success. He's that passionate about this movement and what B10xB is all about that he literally got it tattooed on his wrist for life. He's a lifer, baby. Now I got to ask you, if he's been living like this for 1 year, and in 1 year of doing it, of following this mantra in this movement and doing this, if in 1 year he felt so passionately about it that he chose to get it tattooed on his wrist, why would you not join this movement? Why would you watch a video like this and not look for the link to click to learn more about this and to join this movement as well? Now, you don't have to get a tattoo. You could get a $5 wristband that will literally retrain your brain to what you associate pain and pleasure with. A $5 wristband. Some people will step over pennies and miss dollars and go, I don't need that, I'll remember it. And then they won't. And then when the time comes and they take the weaker path instead of the bolder path, when they're not conditioning their brain because they're not linking pain to it, well then what ends up happening is what? You forget about it, it washes away in the sand. The wind blows it like sand on the beach and it's gone. That idea is another idea that you had, a great idea that you had, but you didn't make a commitment to. And there we are, another year just like the last one. Or you could be 10 times bolder and get yourself a pack of 5 in a B10xB starter kit and get all that other dope stuff I mentioned sent to you. And join our community and be an all-in member. Why not give it a try? Why not give it a try? What do you have to lose? What if you were the next Carlos or beyond? What if you had your best year ever and you were looking back and you were like, Cesar was right. He said in the beginning of this video that this video could change my entire life and I didn't take advantage of it. God, I didn't. Like, what if you missed that? And another year rolls by and you'll remember this video. But what if you did do it and then you look back and you go, holy crap, that dude was right. No wonder that guy got it tattooed on his freaking wrist. It changed my life too. Man, I should get a tattoo also. I'm so passionate about it. I'm going to get a tattoo on my forehead. No, I'm just kidding. But you might get that passionate about it. Listen, it has changed my life so much that I've been doing this. And my first video was in 2011 and I was doing this before that. I've been living this life of being 10 times bolder so much that it changed my life that, like him, I became so passionate about this movement that I was like, I have to teach people in the world that the secret to getting what they want, the secret to success and happiness is being 10 times bolder and being a 10 times bolder version of yourself. And when you flip that switch and you start acting every day like a 10 times bolder version of yourself, everything for your life is going to change. People want to get better. You don't know how to be 10 times better. If you did, you'd be doing it already. You'd already be 10 times better. But if you're 10 times bolder, you know what the answer is. If I was to ask you, hey, what would you do right now if you were 10 times bolder? If I ask you that, what would you do if you're 10 times bolder in your business? What would you do if you were 10 times bolder every single day? If I was whispering that to you every single day, calling you up random times in the day, if I was walking around with you every moment of every day, going whispering in your ear, what would you do if you're 10 times bolder? What would you do if you're 10 times bolder? What do you think your life would be like? I can tell you, you'd be a beast because I started doing that to myself and that's where I came up with it. And I saw it change my life and I said, holy crap, this is it. This is my mission on this earth. I will change the lives of people. I will change people's entire worlds if they can just do this thing that I've learned to do. And I said, I'm going to get little rubber wristbands. I'm going to hand them out to my team. And I gave these out to all of my team and they blew up. I see Sean Simmons over here on this live. Sean Simmons ordered 100 of them for his entire company. He also is in the insurance and financial planning world. He ordered 100 of them. I've had people that have car dealerships order 100 of them because they know that this can change their life and the lives of everyone they know. So I invite you to join the movement, join our Facebook group, go to b10xb.com/start, and that'll take you to a page where you can go ahead and get a starter kit if you are interested in stepping it up and no longer stepping over pennies and missing dollars. It's a fun expression that we use when they want to save their pennies, which is a couple of bucks, and then they end up missing out on the thousands or hundreds of thousands of untold dollars that they would have made if they hadn't been so timid and not wanted to part with the pennies. So that is my message to you. Big shout out to Carlos. Go ahead and follow this dude up. And thank you guys for joining in. Love you all so much. Mad love. Thank you every single person for tuning in and every single person that dropped a comment, for every single person that dropped a heart, and for every single person that tunes in and watches my stuff and is about that B10xB life. Let's get it. Love you guys. Be blessed.